Hey, 49ers faithful. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco 49ers. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any breaking news or exciting updates about the Niners. Welcome back, Niners fans. Today, we're diving deep into what's shaping up to be an exciting offseason for the San Francisco 49ers. If you've been keeping up with the latest rumors and reports, you know that there's a lot of talk surrounding the team's strategy for the upcoming NFL Draft in 2025. One of the most intriguing possibilities? The 49ers potentially making a bold move to trade up in the draft. Yes, you heard that right, trade up. And the player that's reportedly caught their attention is none other than tight end Tyler Warren from Penn State. Now, Warren is one of the most highly touted prospects in this draft class, and for good reason. He's an athletic, versatile player who can make plays at a high level. But the question is, does it make sense for the 49ers to make such a move? Before we dig into that, I want to hear from you all. We're a community here, and your feedback matters. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What would you like to see more of from our Niners analysis? Is there something you feel we're missing, or do you enjoy the content we're putting out? Your honest feedback will help shape the future of our discussions, so don't be shy. Let's chat. Now, let's get back to the matter at hand. According to a mock draft from a reputable expert, the 49ers are reportedly considering the possibility of moving up in the first round. Currently, the team holds a total of 11 picks in the 2025 NFL Draft, but it seems they're eyeing something more aggressive, particularly when it comes to strengthening their offense. And as of now, the player who seems to be at the top of their radar is Tyler Warren. But here's where things get interesting. The move to trade up for Warren might not be as logical as it initially sounds. Sure, Warren is a fantastic player. He can block, he can run routes, and he can make big plays. But there's a catch. For this move to make real sense, it would likely require the team to part ways with George Kittle, their superstar tight end, who's arguably the best tight end in franchise history. Now, let's break this down. George Kittle is in the final year of his contract in 2025, and he's set to turn 32 years old in October. For a player in his early 30s, this is the time when teams start thinking about the future. But what makes Kittle's situation even more complicated is the fact that the tight end market has changed drastically in recent years. Take a look at the Arizona Cardinals, who just signed a tight end to a massive contract worth $19 million per year. That deal is a game changer, and Kittle, who's coming off another dominant year, could easily argue that if another player is making $19 million, he deserves at least $20 million on his next deal. But let's not kid ourselves. Kittle's age is something that can't be ignored. He's not getting any younger, and while he's still playing at an elite level, he made the first-team All-Pro in 2023, and he's been a 1,000-yard receiver in multiple seasons. He's on the back end of his career. He's been with the 49ers since 2017 and has been a key part of the offense from the very first game of his career. He's built an incredible chemistry with the quarterbacks, and his ability to make crucial plays has been one of the team's defining strengths. In fact, since the first game of his career, Kittle has been one of the team's most reliable and effective players. If the team extends the contract of their starting quarterback, something we'll touch on in a moment, could they also give Kittle the extension he deserves to keep this deadly duo together? This question becomes even more pressing when we take a look at the broader picture of the 49ers' off-season strategy. Over the last few years, they've been shedding veteran players with high salaries. The team has managed to free up quite a bit of cap space, but they're still dealing with a substantial amount of money tied up in contracts. If the front office is indeed preparing for a mini-rebuild, is it wise to invest a large sum of money in a 32-year-old tight end? It seems like a tough decision, especially when we consider that Kittle is not just any player. He's a franchise icon and one of the best tight ends to ever play for the 49ers. Let's face it, the thought of Kittle wearing another uniform is almost unfathomable, especially when you consider what he's done for this franchise. But this is the NFL, and business is business. As much as we'd all love to see Kittle finish his career with the 49ers, it's not always that simple. Now, if the 49ers do decide to trade up in the draft to select Tyler Warren, it would be a clear signal that they're not planning to extend Kittle's contract. And that, in turn, would raise some serious questions about the team's future direction. For some, the idea of moving on from Kittle might make sense, especially if the team feels that Warren could offer a similar skill set at a much younger age and potentially save on the salary cap in the long run. But here's the thing. The 49ers have always been a team that values star power at the key positions, and Kittle is undeniably one of their most valuable assets. It's hard to imagine a scenario where they simply let him go without having a clear plan in place. And while the thought of Kittle leaving is difficult to stomach, it's something that could very well become a reality if the team decides to go in a new direction. Of course, none of this is set in stone. The 49ers have a lot of decisions to make in the coming months, and anything could happen. But what's clear is that the team is committed to improving its roster, especially on offense. Whether that means bringing in a young tight end like Warren, making a move for other positions of need, or finding a way to extend the contract of their star players, the 49ers are going to be busy this offseason. And as fans, we can only watch and wait as the drama unfolds. It's going to be a fascinating few months, and we'll be here every step of the way, keeping you updated on all the latest developments. But what do you think, Niners fans? Are you on board with the idea of trading up to select Tyler Warren? Or do you think the team should focus on other areas of need first, like the offensive or defensive line? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe for more in-depth analysis of everything going on with the 49ers this offseason. Continuing on with the analysis of the 49ers offseason plans, it's not just about the draft and potential moves for Tyler Warren. There's another major storyline to monitor this year, and that's the future of Brock Purdy, the team's starting quarterback. Purdy's impressive rise has made him one of the most exciting young quarterbacks in the league, and the 49ers management knows they have something special in him. But with all the attention he's been getting, it's time to consider how the 49ers are going to approach his contract extension. Could the team be ready to offer him a deal that would make him one of the highest-paid quarterbacks in the NFL? Or will they play it cautious, keeping his salary at a more reasonable range to maintain financial flexibility for the roster? One thing that's clear is that the 49ers are not going to let Purdy walk away without a fair deal. The team is fully aware of how important he is to their success, and they know that they need to secure him for the long haul. However, there's also the reality of the salary cap to consider. The 49ers, like all NFL teams, are working with a limited budget, and they can't afford to overspend on any one player, no matter how talented he is. So, what does that leave Purdy? Well, reports suggest that the team is looking to offer him a contract that falls within a specific range, one that's fair to both sides while keeping the team's financial flexibility intact. The ideal number, according to sources, would fall somewhere between $50 million and $55 million per year. This range would allow the 49ers to keep Purdy in the fold without crippling their cap space. However, if Purdy continues to develop at the rate he's been progressing, there's a chance that his price tag could rise higher, especially if other teams in the league start offering him big money deals. The landscape for quarterbacks is changing, and Purdy is part of a new wave of talented young signal callers who will soon be commanding record-breaking contracts. It's also worth noting that the quarterback market is about to explode. With the salary cap expected to rise significantly over the next few years, teams are going to be able to spend more money on their quarterbacks. We've already seen the prices go through the roof for players like Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts, and the trend isn't going to stop anytime soon. As the market for quarterbacks continues to climb, Purdy's value is likely to increase as well. It's a situation that the 49ers need to handle carefully, because a long-term deal for Purdy could end up being a game-changer for the franchise. But let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. While Purdy's contract is a key issue, the 49ers have other pressing concerns as well. For one, the team's roster is still a work in progress, and there are several areas that need to be addressed before the team can make another deep playoff run. The offensive line, for instance, has been a point of contention for a while now. Despite having one of the most dynamic offenses in the league, the 49ers have struggled to keep their quarterbacks protected. Purdy, like many quarterbacks before him, has been forced to deal with pressure in the pocket, which can lead to mistakes and missed opportunities. If the 49ers are serious about contending for a Super Bowl, they'll need to invest in their offensive line to ensure that Purdy has time to make plays. Another area that the team must address is the defensive line. The 49ers have one of the best defenses in the league, but even the best defenses need depth. The team has already made moves in free agency to bolster their defensive line, but there's still work to be done. The defensive line is critical to the team's success, especially with the way that the NFL is trending toward pass-heavy offenses. If the 49ers are going to stop the high-powered offenses they'll face in the playoffs, they'll need to make sure their defensive line can get to the quarterback and disrupt the pocket. In addition to these areas, the 49ers also need to keep an eye on their special teams and the overall health of their roster. Injuries have been a major issue for the team in recent years, and the last thing they want is for a key player to go down during a critical stretch of the season. The team has already taken steps to address their injury concerns, but this is something they'll need to monitor throughout the year. So, what does this all mean for the 49ers' future? Well, there's no doubt that they're in a great position to contend for a Super Bowl, but they can't afford to rest on their laurels. The NFC is full of talented teams, and if the 49ers are going to make a real run, they'll need to continue building their roster and managing their salary cap carefully. Purdy's contract will play a big part in that, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. The team will also need to focus on improving their offensive and defensive lines, maintaining depth across the roster, and ensuring that they have the right mix of veterans and young talent. The reality of the NFL is that teams are constantly in flux, and it's a delicate balancing act to stay competitive year after year. The 49ers have the talent to compete for championships, but they need to make the right moves to ensure that they're not just a one-hit wonder. As we move into the next season, it's going to be fascinating to see how the 49ers navigate these challenges. But with the right approach, they have the potential to remain one of the top teams in the league for years to come. And as always, Niners fans, we want to know your thoughts. What do you think of the team's plans for the future? How would you like to see them handle the Brock Purdy contract situation? And what moves do you think they should prioritize in the coming months? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned for more updates as we continue to follow the 49ers' journey through this offseason. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. San Francisco. Whispers have erupted into roars across the NFL community as rumors swirl around a potential shockwave move. Chris Jones to the San Francisco 49ers. After years of anchoring the Kansas City Chiefs' dominant defense and helping secure 3 Super Bowl titles, Jones could be eyeing a new chapter in the Bay Area, and fans are on edge. While Jones signed a record-breaking 5-year, $158.75 million extension with the Chiefs in March 2024, insiders suggest the 49ers may be plotting an audacious trade move to pair him with their already elite defensive front. Sources close to the situation claim that the 49ers front office has been aggressively exploring scenarios to land the 6-time Pro Bowler, despite the massive contract. The move would be nothing short of seismic. What makes this buzz even more intriguing is how personal it could be. The 49ers and Chiefs squared off in a gripping Super Bowl 58 battle, where Jones delivered a game-altering performance in overtime. That play, which halted San Francisco's momentum, may now become part of a legendary pivot from enemy to savior. Could this be a masterstroke of revenge? Adding fuel to the fire, Jones has remained cryptic on social media, dropping vague emojis and reposting Bay Area-related content. The 49ers locker room, meanwhile, has been unusually quiet, often a sign that something big is brewing behind closed doors. As speculation intensifies, fans and analysts alike are glued to every development, waiting for the domino to fall. If the 49ers pull this off, it would instantly reshape the NFC power dynamic and potentially close the Super Bowl gap they've struggled to overcome. One thing's certain, Chris Jones in red and gold isn't just a rumor. It's a headline waiting to explode. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.